Last week I did a review of the Insidious film. Now it's time to review the sequel. Guys, this is Samuel Momolding, and today I'm here to re-review Insidious Chapter 2. So Insidious Chapter 2 is the sequel to Insidious, and it's from the same people from the last film. You have Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, Lynn Shay, Barbara Hershey, Lee Winnell, and Ian Sampson, along with a few other people. And what this film is about is that it kind of presented the events of the Insidious film as they moved to a known home, and everything's great until they realize they may not be as safe as they thought with the spirits in the first film. Now, as I mentioned, I'm reviewing all these films, so I'm not doing horror month. I also review a few horror films, and I reviewed the first Insidious film. If you watch or not, you guys know I freaking love Insidious. And now time to review the sequel to Insidious, which I remember I really loved. Well, probably not much the first film, but I'm actually loving it as much. But after a rewatch, I realized this film is not as good as I remembered. It's a good horror film, don't get me wrong. It's a good horror film. I remember the last time I had my 0-100, I gave like a 92, I believe. Honestly, after we watch, I really don't think it's that great at all. I don't think it's a bad film by any means. Not by any means. But just not as good as I remembered. I did find a couple more glaring issues with this film. But before we do that, let's jump into the positives and things I liked. First off, pretty much everyone does a solid job in the film. Rose Byrne and Patrick Wilson are fantastic in this film. From my really still love the characters. I really do. I like how they grow, and they do have a chemistry. You do with the couple. The kids are still really good in the film, and they do a good job, especially from child performance these days. Lynn Shay is, of course, fantastic. She was the best part of the first film. She's once again the best part of this film. Again, Lee Winnell and Ian Sampson are had some really good comic relief for the film, and now get tuned down a little bit. That's very humorous moments, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But they were still good in the film, and I did like the characters. Again, everybody does a great job in filming. And while this film's not really as scary as the first film, it still has some pretty interesting and terrifying moments. Some moments that are really interesting and really scary. It's what you do best, building up tension, and definitely builds up tension. Like most of the third act of the film, that's when the shows get real. Number 10 film, it's once again very directed and well shot. Has a very haunting score. And the score, it's really, really haunting. And it has good writing for the most part. But now we switch up to some problems I have with the film. I'm gonna have to rewatch the film. I found a couple more glaring issues with Insidious Chapter 2, and I hate to say it. And this film is definitely not as good as the original. And it's a good, enjoyable film, just not being great. That's what the issues. The biggest issue I do have with Insidious Chapter 2 is some aspects of the script. It is scary. It is scary. Well, but just there were times when the film tried to be a little bit goofy, again, like with those two guys, Spectre Tucker by Rena and Ian Sampson. Basically, sometimes the film has a hard time drawing between the right tone. Like one point it'd be really scary and terrifying, it'd be dramatic, then one point it'd be very goofy and trying to be a comedy or whatever. And it kind of sometimes struggles between those tones. And the tones end up being a little bit inconsistent. I mean, that was a flaw I did have in Insidious Chapter 2 when I first saw it, but I think it's a major issue. Like, it was big, but nothing major. But after watching it, I realized that is a major issue with the film. The film don't have the structure between a good tone, from being a scary film to a dramatic film to a bit comedy film. It kind of struggled between those three aspects. Also, there were times where the film, okay, while I'm paying attention, there were times where the film did kind of drag. Film wasn't. There were a couple scenes I felt in the film weren't really necessary and felt why were they needed in the film. Well, the character, I don't know, but I felt that a couple scenes, more so around this. I think more so around the first act of the film. I felt weren't really needed and really didn't add anything to the story. So overall, while Insidious 2 isn't as good as the first film, and it's not as good as I remembered it, it is still a good and well done horror film. But it's definitely one of the much better horror sequels to come. Like, this is way better than most horror sequels out today. Way better. Way better. And it has some good performances, it has some good scares to it, it has a good job building tension, it's scripted well, shot well, has a very awesome score. It's just sometimes the film has a hard time juggling between its tones and comes a little bit inconsistent at times. And the pace does kind of drag a bit, and let me see why certain scenes are in the film, because I felt a few certain scenes of the film didn't really add anything to the story. It's a good film. It's a good and enjoyable film. It's not a bad film. It's got a much better horror sequel than horror sequels have these days. It's just a good and enjoyable film. It's not as good. It's just not as good as I remembered it. That being said, I'm gonna give Insidious Chapter 2 a 75. Again, a little bit in its tone, dragging couple parts, but other than that, it is a good and enjoyable horror sequel, and one of the much better horror sequels to come out in recent years. That's my re-review of Insidious Chapter 2. My question to you, what did you think of Insidious Chapter 2 if you had seen it? Leave a comment below, and see you guys next Saturday. I will have my review for Insidious, my re-review for Insidious Chapter 3, so stay tuned for that. I got a lot more videos than I planned, a lot of stuff I still need to do. I've just been really busy with a lot of stuff on my future. Do along with the Walking Dead podcast I'm planning on doing on the 19th and the 20th. And along with doing stuff with the hurricane and all that stuff. There's still a lot of it I need to do. And I'll make sure soon I'll continue my Harry Potter movie series. I'll have Call of the Fire maybe this week. I don't know. And I'll eventually have my season 2 review of The Walking Dead along with a review of Jessica Jones. Finally managed to watch that show and I can't wait to talk about it. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Samuel Wolf from Samuel Wolf Reviews, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.